Hello everyone, welcome to a new tutorial presented by the SHR TV. In this tutorial, we are going to see a new program called gnuplot. If you've already realized that it's difficult to plot graphs in mathematics, then you have to open your door in the knowledge of gnuplot. You need to know that when you have mathematics textbooks, you have different mathematics textbooks with different functions given to you. It's very difficult for you to plot this function in machines. You are always plotting these functions using your hands. So for you to have a good start into machine plotting, it will be very difficult for you to excel in Microsoft Excel. Those apps are not really precise in doing your plottings. They are mostly taking data points. So for you to excel very well, you need to use a program which is called gnuplot for you to know how to plot these graphs. So let's have a small tutorial on gnuplot. Before you enter into the subject matter gnuplot, you should first start with the basics of gnuplot. Point number one. When you want to start with gnuplot, you need to know the location in which you are working. When you are working with a file, gnuplot are creating files, and for you to work in these files, you need to know the location in your machine. Now, gnuplot is a command line program. It is not involved with Windows. So for you to move into your different files, you need to move via code on this platform. So this platform is an indirect representation of the command prompt platform. So let's come. In order for you to know the directory, the current directory in which you are working, you need to write pwd. You press enter. When you write pwd, you see that the current directory is in this location. You have the C, you have user, you have Blondel, and you have documents. So this directory is exactly here. So this is a directory in which you are going to work with gnuplot. Now, in this directory, you realize that there are different files which are being found here. You have new files, you have work file, and you have all that .files and .data which have already worked before. So this is the current directory in which you are going to work. Now, the directory, if you want to change now the directory into a directory I've created, let's say I want to place it into the local disk, then I want to place it into programming language, then I want to place it into project, then I want to place it into gnuplot1. What I'll have to do is that I'll come here, I'll copy this, I then come back again to my gnu file, and then I use the command prompt command. I use cd, I space, and then I use one quote, and then I copy between the quotes here. I paste between the quotes as such, and I press enter. When I press enter now, I've changed the current directory in which I work. So the directory in which I work here will not be this one, but instead this one. So for you to see that, you need to paste, write again pwd, you press enter. You see now that the current directory is this one. Now again, in gnuplot, you need to realize that there are different devices which are used to plot your graphs. Example, if I want to see the different devices which are used to plot the graph, because I need to know that gnuplot is separated into three main parts. You have the inputting of data. When I input this command, let's say I input the command plot1. This is a graph I want to plot. I'll realize that this is a graph which is going to be shown to you. Now there's a certain device which is going to produce this graph, and that device is called WXT here, because it's written here terminal type is now WXT. So there are different devices which are being used to plot your graph. So as you input this information, which is plot1, it enters, the device processes it, and the device outputs it as your graph here. So this device which is used in outputting the graph here is called WXT. Now For you to see the other different devices which are used in plotting graphs or in doing other functions in gnuplot, you need to write show terminal. If you want to, the terminals here are the devices. Now the command show in gnuplot platform is used to show which are the different devices which are found here. So you write show and terminal. You press, you see that the terminal type is wxt0. So you see that the wxt is the one which is involved presently in drawing the graph. Now if you want to see the different devices which are used in plotting graphs or doing other functions in gnuplot, you need to write now set terminal. So you set all the devices. You see that the devices that we have Kaka, we have Cairo latex, we have canvas, we have all these are the different devices which are involved, including wxt. We also have png and also have latex. Now let's see a small example. We need to know, I want to show a bit something. We see, let's see down here, we write show terminal. Show terminal here. So let's write here, we write show terminal. Now when you write show terminal, you see that the terminal here is wxt. Now we are going to plot our function. We need to know that when we place 1 here, it is plotting the function f of x equals to 1. So the function f of x equals to 1 is going to be drawn now by the device wxt and is going to be shown as such. So this is the graph which is going to be shown with the device wxt. Now let's say I change the terminal name. I want that the terminal should instead be latex. So to change the terminal, I'll use set terminal, and later on I'll place the name of latex as such. So now you see here underneath, you see the terminal type is now latex. Now since you see the terminal type is now latex, you can now come again down and you write now, you want to plot now that new graph you initially had, which is function f of x equals to 1, as with the device called latex. So let's see how it's going to plot. You see it is no more plotting, but it's going to give you all these lines of code. Now if you go back to the tutorial of latex we initially had, we are going to see that this tutorial, these lines of code are the respective line and the true line which are used to plot, which are used in latex coding. So these lines here are the lines of code which are used to plot this graph that wxt have plotted. So all these lines of code here are used to plot the initial graph we have plotted with wxt. So we set again back to terminal to wxt, and then we plot 1. So all these lines of codes here, all these lines of code are going to be entered in latex for you to have this graph here with the box here with -5, 0, and all this. For you to have all this information, you need to write all this code on the latex platform. Now this is why I don't like to write my graphs with latex. You see how cumbersome it's difficult is to write only this small code. So this is why I want you and everyone to use the gnuplot to plot your different graphs. So this will mark the end of gnuplot. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel Science Video Makers. Thanks.